babies cooking mommy breakfast. The little one's making me strawberry milk, and the big one cooks some eggs and toast. Look at the little babies. Came in here, knocked over my plants, knocked over my pepper plant. That pissed me off. I might have to come and put a door in here after all, even if it's just a net. Disrespectful so-and-sos. So mad. So I think this one has snapdragons and marigold. So for my sister, one marigold. I think that was the marigold from her. It could have been this. I don't know. But I'm going to put it somewhere since, you know, the animals out here won't let me be great.
They really won't.
No, they won't. Alright, friend. It is the day before Mother's Day. So this is the next day after I showed you those plants I bought. My neighbor's mowing his lawn. I might have to do the noise canceling, but I planted half of those things out that I bought. The other half I'm taking to my cousin and helping her start her garden. And so right now what I'm going to do is pull up as much as that mulch, the cedar mulch that I bought as I can. And I bought cocoa bean mulch. Now I know with me having dogs, it can be dangerous. I'm not so concerned about the pots that are high up. Ideally, they're not supposed to be in the main part of the yard unless they're supervised, because they have the barrier aggression and they'll just tear everything up. But every now and then the big one does sneak out. Now, I was trying to, and I know with cocoa bean, it can be toxic to dogs. And she is goofy enough to eat it. I was trying to see if I could use my Dollar Tree fencing to put a border around these raised beds, but I don't think that's going to work. So I'm really going to have to make sure. Now, I've done measures to make sure she doesn't get out. Like, I put up more fencing along the area. I'm using bungee cords on the fence instead of twist ties, because she knows how to break those, especially with the heat. They become sensitive and they break. So fingers crossed. But I just really want to use the cocoa bean. But I would say for the most part, if it's something in the dirt, she doesn't mess with it. But I know that cocoa is going to smell good. We'll see. But she usually only tries to eat something if it's woody, like the wood chips. They chew on it. They don't swallow it, but they like to chew on it like a bone. And these are small, so I think she'll kind of leave this alone. But that's what I'm doing right now. Pulling the wood chips up, and I'm gonna lay down the cocoa bean. I started with my potatoes. Oh, it's gonna fall. And with me trying to get at least the top layer of wood chips up, I did notice more sprouts. We already talked about that one, but I'm seeing sprouts here, and then of course there. I didn't see anything there. Anyway, let me finish up picking up these wood chips. Oh, it's gonna drop today. About 1 or 2 more weeks, it's gonna be done. I'm not getting up every single last, but I'm getting up when I can. But my onions are doing so good. Let me get this cocoa. I'm in love with the cocoa. I see a bean. This pot was drying out super fast. Garlic and onions shouldn't be planted with beans, so I've been moving all of them. Even though I like the way that cedar looks, taking no risks. I don't know how my broccoli and cabbage and collard greens is gonna do on this row because they get so much sun here, but all my pots were along this fence last year. And they did okay, and the year before that, and the year before that. So I shouldn't worry too much. Friend, my back is killing me already. You know it's an angle. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. My cucumbers, they were doing okay earlier. I know the sun is beating them up. And I got seeds in there too. I would hate to have to go buy those plants. But a cucumber doesn't want to act right. Because I was never really sold on cucumbers. But my friend, gave me some of what he had since my seeds weren't coming up. So if my seeds aren't coming up and the plants he's giving me ain't doing well, when it comes time to plant my tomatoes, they're going in this pot. In this raised garden bed. So in this bed, I decided I moved that one collard. I don't know if you could see it. That was it with my beans over there, here. So this is spinach, 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 collard, collard, collard. And I'm going to put 2 cabbages right here. We'll see if they're making their itty bitty babies, but they got to spread their wings sometime. And they're not getting any bigger being in these pots. And then once I plant these, I'm going to water them in, and then I got to cover for this bed and see how this bed does with this cover, shade cover, as opposed to the pots that are along the fence. I'll probably will put some onions in too. Let me get some onions, water it in, and then put the cocoa on top. Let's see. I bought this off of the TikTok shop. And it's been a dangerous way in the garage. But it's a shade cloth for me to put over my brassicas and my raised garden beds. And I've been trying my hardest to keep this out of harm's way so it doesn't get messed up. Just for me to get back here and mess it up. Let me fiddle with this and I'll get back to you. I did put the cocoa in there. I added some of the extra standalone hoops I had in there to get it up. It's not going to protect it from moths, but for now, while they're getting hardy, it's going to give them shade. And I'm going to get some clamps, probably the Dollar Tree clamps I have. I think I have a few more. And clamp it down on the ends. It's not pretty, but it will give those plants some shade. And that's really what matters. Let's talk about my trellis. This trellis is going to be for my sweet potato vine. I'm going to get some twine and wrap it around. But I made it tall enough for me to get under, especially so I can mow right here if the grass even grows, because I've been trampling on it quite a bit and not running the sprinkler, so it doesn't have a chance. But I was trying to use bamboo sticks to stabilize each side, but it was just too heavy. So I got my last 2 T-posts and I put it in to help support it. And I'm gonna cut these zip ties, but I zip tie. So it's 2 of these masonry ladders I zip tied together for the height. Again, I'm just trying to use all my supplies I have left over for the community garden. This doesn't look pretty now, but once the sweet potato vine starts growing, it will. But I'm gonna put it in this last planter, the sweet potato vines. And because this is definitely gonna get full sun, I will probably plant some bell peppers in there with it. So I'm not gonna plant them today. Tonight is the last night for at least a week where we have nighttime temperatures in the 40s. Everything else is going to be in the 50s and 60s ish. So I'll worry about planting my sweet potato vines then, but they have been in my shade house. Let's see, I'm just going to go around and do the rest of my pots with the cocoa bean shells and water them in again, because the sun really soaked up, at least the ones I didn't have the wood mulch in it. I'm gonna water them again because the sun was really beating today. And then after this, my once a day watering, I'm trying to do it and stay consistent and just water in the morning instead of watering in the evening. They're doing a good watering in the morning, and it should stay relatively moist underneath the cocoa bean mulch. Because watering at night, and then it goes through the sun before I water again, I don't think that was good, and I could see issues with growth and color. But anyway, friend, this is where I'm going to end the video, and I'm going to pick you back up in my next video where I'm planting my peppers, my sweet potato vines. I might start my tomatoes. They're still itty bitty babies. I don't know. And probably the rest of this broccoli. And then hopefully the video after that, I'll show what I did at my cousin's house. So anyway, friends, thank you for tagging along with me. Until next time. Bye.